Today I'm looking at the Woodside GS3 Guitar Support. This is a guitar support that attaches with clamps to your instrument and is quite adjustable. This is actually the third video I've made on the Woodside Guitar Support, but because they keep making improvements to it, and as well as accessories, I thought I would give it another full review just to take a full look at it and to discuss all the improvements. So what I'll do in this video is first I'm just going to play a little piece using the support so you can just see it in action. Then I'll do a close-up of the product and the accessories to talk about the options that are available and how it works. And then we'll have a full discussion on the adjustability of it, and I'll kind of put it into a few different angles and show you the different accessories. And we'll also have a discussion on any concerns as well. So make sure to check out the full review. There's a link for that in the description. In the full review, you can see all the text specs as well as links to where you can purchase this guitar support. But first, let's just hear some music and see the support in action. So here's the leg rest. This goes on your leg. It's kind of a nice felt material there. It pivots this way only. You can adjust the height like by loosening that, deciding on the height and then tightening it. You can adjust the angle of the support by loosening this, getting the right angle, and then tightening it back up. So the reason this fits on the raised fingerboard is that these can be angled, so that allows you to clamp down and to have more equal distribution on each contact point here. So you adjust it with this here, and then you can clamp it down. So you adjust, you can loosen it or tighten it, and then you clamp it down and it stays on your guitar. Now if you need extra height, you can attach this longer collar, and that'll give you extra height to the support. If you need more height after that, you can also attach this to the base so that you can have even more adjustability for height. So this comes with it. That allows you to just get a little bit of extra lift. But if you need a lot, you can buy the accessory, the lift kit, and get the full extension. If the adjustability of the angle is not quite high enough there, you can buy this right here, which is called the angle block. So you can screw this into the bottom, and then you'll have an even steeper angle to the guitar if you prefer a really steep angle on your instrument. So let's take a look at the different components. So as I said before, if this isn't tall enough, you can use the lift kit here and get quite a bit of extra height to the support. On top of that, if we loosen this, we can attach the longer collar, which gives us quite a bit of additional height here, right? And then, of course, with both of these things, you can have a significant amount of height. This allows for adjustments to the angle. The way that works is that this just pops in there, and this threaded piece threads onto here. Really nice and easy to use everywhere. It's really easy to tighten this now with this gripped tightener here. Of course, once you have it set up, you just leave it the way you like it. When you attach the angle block, which you would only have to do once, you would just remove these screws back here. And then you can see here, you just screw that into here, to those 4 holes. And then screw this piece here onto there, and then you'd have a steeper angle for the guitar if that's what you prefer. This is an additional accessory, so you don't have to worry about this. Most people probably will like it right out of the box, but for those who like a really steep angle, this is an option that is available to you. Okay, let's take a look at the use of the guitar support, as well as just the adjustability and angles that you can accomplish with it. Right now I have the longer collar on. I also have the lift kit, so because I like my guitar quite high, so I have those 2 extensions on, just so you know. In terms of just basic use, this little lever allows you just to take the guitar support on or off with a lot of ease. So once you have it adjusted, because this turns here, once you have it adjusted, then all you have to do is go like that, and the guitar support is on there. And it's on there really, really well. Like, I can lift up the guitar with just the support. So when you're actually using the support, gravity is at your advantage because you're pushing down on it like this. Well, you're not really pushing down, but the weight of the guitar is resting there. So the chances of it coming off are very, very slim. You'd have to be doing something really irresponsible or unhealthy to knock it off, like putting a ton of pressure here or here. But even then, it's an extremely secure support. And anyone who has used like the ErgoPlay guitar support with suction cups, you know that they can sometimes come off. So the clamp system is available to you. Also, people with guitars with matte finishes like suction cups don't work very well. You can put adhesive stuff on your guitar, but the clamp system it clamps onto your guitar. And unlike some other clamped supports, because of where the weight is distributed here with gravity, it's a pretty safe bet. We will talk about the clamps a little bit more and about protecting your guitar and the finish, but we'll save that for a little bit later. So in terms of the angle, if I loosen this, you can see I can adjust the guitar to have it like so, or at this steeper angle. So this steeper angle is great for me. I really like it. So then you just tighten this up, and then you're in your secure position. If you need an even steeper angle, this is pretty steep. I would say this is quite perfect, but if you need a slightly steeper angle, either you adjust it on your leg so it's a little bit steeper, because like this is pretty steep, or you can use that angle block accessory for an even steeper angle, which I'll show you in a bit. So that's the adjustability that way. And don't forget as well that that also allows you to adjust the guitar slightly in terms of this angle. So either a little bit more forward like this, or a little bit more like that. So just adjusting the face of the guitar in that way. I like my guitar quite upright and at quite a steep angle. So once I find that, I just tighten it up, and then I'm good to go. In terms of height, you just undo this little adjustment here, And then, you know, the guitar can be down low or it can be quite high. I have the, you know, the extensions on here. So that's too high right now. I don't actually have to use the guitar lift kit. The long collar was enough for me, but I just like having that adjustability. Like, what if I went to a gig and I had to sit on something really weird, or I don't know, I just feel safer with like that longer pole. So so I have it on there. And that's it. So in terms of other maneuverability, on the leg rest here, it does pivot like that, right? So, which is nice because like I do a lot of natural, just like small subtle movements forward and back. You know, if I'm phrasing, I like to move a little bit. That allows the guitar to move in this direction, but not in this direction. Like there's no movement like that, unless I pivot the guitar support itself, right? So it's very secure in that way. When I'm playing, it stays exactly where I want it, or if I move, it will pivot on my chest a little bit like that. In terms of pivoting this way, if you tighten this up really tightly, like the threads on here, it won't move very much. It does move a little bit, but it's pretty secure. Like the thing is that you want it secure, but you also want a certain amount of freedom. Like what if you're looking over at your duet partner and you just want to move the guitar just ever so slightly? It does allow for that, depending on how tight you do this. If you do it really wrenchingly tight, it reduces it, but you might want some of that freedom. So in terms of adjustability, I'm really happy with it. And I know that they've made, the great thing about this support is that they keep on improving the angles by just small degrees, right? And I'm pretty happy now with it. Like when it out of the box, it feels really good. I don't need the angle block, but I'll experiment with that later. I think I can get into the perfect guitar position with this guitar support. The angle's good. It feels very secure. It feels better than my ErgoPlay guitar support. And yeah, the angle and the security, it just all feels really good. In performance, I still like to put something under this leg just to stop any slippage. It has nothing to do with the guitar support. I do this with every single guitar support and the footstool. But it feels a little even more secure. It's almost just like a safety blanket for myself, right? So that's kind of it. You know, I know they've made improvements to the leg support, and what I'll say about the leg support is that, I mean, it's very comfortable. So it just fits on your leg really nicely. It doesn't slide. That kind of velvety material seems to stop it from sliding, at least with my jeans here. You could use a pad underneath that if you had to, but I really don't think it's necessary. The guitar support does seem to stay right in place. If you ever had to readjust, it's really easy. You know, you just kind of like cushion it up a little bit. So very, very comfortable. I know it's big, but you want it to be secure and you want it to be comfortable. So that's what you get, right? If they put something different, I don't know how well it would pivot and things like that. So in my view of the support is they want it to be comfortable, secure, and just like really adjustable for you. So that's probably why it's like that. Okay, now let's talk about, so I mean, pretty blazing review so far, right? It's like it won't come off, it feels secure, it feels comfortable, and I'm getting the right angle from the support. Also really easy to adjust. That lever makes putting it on and off super easy. This knob here now is super easy to tighten really tightly just with your fingers. So like everything's working really well, glowing review. So what are the concerns? I don't have many concerns anymore because it comes with this this longer collar now. I mean, it's just great. I think most people will enjoy it right out of the box. And you know, if you have to order the lift kit to get more height out of it, then just order it. It's not expensive, and if that makes your support work great for you, then you'll just want to do that. When you're using the guitar support at home, really straightforward. You just undo that, put it on your table. Next time you want to use it, You just place it on your guitar, do that clamp up, and you're back to playing. So it's really fast on and off, right? When you're traveling, it all comes apart, right? Like you could fold it up like that, but you can also just take the different components off. It's so easy to adjust, like so you could throw it in your backpack or whatnot very easily. And like in terms of assembly, you're just talking about loosening something and putting it back together. So that's a nice aspect too. You know, some of the guitar supports that exist now are quite large. It's nice that this is very portable, and also just very easy to put on and off your guitar. Once you have the right spot for it, you're really just like lining it up and then doing that clamp, and you're back to playing again. The main concern that people will have with guitar supports is, will it come off and will it damage your guitar? That's usually the two main ones that I get from like YouTube comments and things like that. So I don't think it will come off. Like it's really securely on there. You don't want to tighten it so much that you're going to hurt the guitar. But remember, guitars are built with clamps. This is a pretty secure way to attach something to your guitar. It's in the perfect spot for it. So structurally speaking, I think it's very safe. People will ask, will it damage my guitar's finish? So I have a couple of things to say about this. On the one hand, I want to say like, no, it won't damage your finish. However, any kind of contact with your guitar has the potential to damage your finish over continuous use. So like where my chest rests on the back of my guitar, the French polish starts to wear away. Where my arm rubs on the guitar here, the French polish eventually starts to kind of wear and tear. My nails hit the guitar, that's wear and tear. Like there's or like even my when I shift up, I hit the guitar like that lots. And I've noticed marks there. Suction cups, you know, they can have scuff marks, or when I try to take them off. So yeah, any kind of thing that contacts your guitar on a regular basis will have some wear and tear. Guitars, as far as I'm concerned, guitars are tools that we use to make music, and there's going to be wear and tear. French polish is fragile, so you want to be cautious with it. With like a factory-made guitar with like a real strong finish, I think you wouldn't have to worry at all. This has like a plastic rubbery coating on it that I think is very, very safe. As an extra precaution, I did put some vinyl cling wrap. I don't know if you can see it on my guitar. It's just that clear vinyl, non-adhesive cling wrap. I can peel it off here. I don't know if you can even see it in the video. In the article at the website, if you follow the link, I talk about the vinyl cling stuff. I have some here to protect the guitar from my nails. I also have some back here to protect the guitar from the tie block strings when they come loose, if they do. And here as well. I use the stuff at your own risk, of course, but I mean, I use the stuff, it's not adhesive, you can just peel it off. I put a tiny strip here just as an extra precaution. And I will say, I don't think you have to do this. I don't think you have to worry about this. I'm doing it because I'm maybe hyper paranoid about it or something, and I figure, why not? Static cling wrap will make, some visual issues with your guitar too. If you take it off after a few months, it'll look different because the light has been affecting it differently. But nevertheless, I put a little strip on there just to kind of as a little bit of precaution. So that's available to you. There's guitar products specifically for that, guitar protection products. I just buy this like vinyl cling off Amazon for like $10 and I get sheets and sheets of it. So I put a little bit there. So in general, I would say no, like it's not going to damage your guitar, but be careful. And if you want to use some extra precaution like I did, then just go ahead and do that. When I first looked at the angle block, I thought, okay, it's just to put the guitar in an even steeper angle. But there's actually more to it than that. If I loosen this, you can still have the guitar at a less steep angle than how the guitar support comes just out of the box. And of course you can go way steeper with the angle block, like I can go almost completely vertical. But the thing I didn't realize or expect was that here I have the same, pretty much the same angle as I did with without the block on, but the whole guitar has shifted over because there's less distance between the lower bout and the guitar support. So now I have a new kind of dilemma. It's like, it's not just about getting a steeper angle, it actually changes the whole way that the guitar support feels. So if you like, you can have the same angle with both, but in this one, if you have a comparative angle, the whole guitar is going to be pushed in this way, which means that this arm, if you find that you're elevating your right arm too much, your shoulder in particular because of the guitar, this will allow you to really like lower that arm down. And it does create a steeper angle for the right hand, but the angle of the neck remains almost the same. So there's a ton of adjustability when you add this block into the mix. It's not just about changing the steepness of your neck, but it changes the whole feel of the guitar support. And that's what's so great about the Woodside company, is that when you look at these little accessories, you don't think too much of them at first, but really people want an exact position for their guitar support. They do not want to sit in the way that a company thinks they should sit. They want to sit in the way that they know is best for them, if they're informed about what that is, right? And that's when these accessories become super important, is that I want to find the perfect position for me, and I want the guitar support to allow that, and these accessories allow that. So I would probably recommend that you order all the accessories when you order the guitar support. You don't have to. You could just order it out of the box and see if it's comfortable, and then order the additional accessories. But if you really want to try out the full range of different positions that you can get and different feels you can get, then I would actually include the angle block, because it's more than just additional angle to the guitar. It's a different feel altogether. Will I be using the angle block? I don't think I personally need it. I'm quite short. I think the long collar and the lift, I'm really happy with that. I think that some people will want this angle block though, when they're honing in on the exact position they want, and depending on their body type and personal preferences. I'll have to experiment with it a lot more to decide which one I exactly want. But for now, I'm fine without it. But I want it though, because I like these experiments, and I might decide later that, oh, I want this arm down just a little bit more. I want just a little bit more of this angle. So I'll need more time, but that's kind of the general idea. So overall, if you want a guitar support with a clamp system, this is the one. It's adjustable, it's secure, you can get the right position, it feels really good. If you have any concerns, I think you can just address them with a tiny bit of extra protection there, but otherwise, there you go, the Woodside Guitar Support. It's a great addition to the various options you now have.